Good evening. Welcome to Smart Trucking Live. How are you guys all doing tonight? We're going to scroll through who's here. Grilled Mortal, back in the bushes, 1010. Igor Malman, hello from Brazil. How are you doing, Dave and family? Igor, we're doing really well. How are you doing? Trucker Hershey, sitting in the blizzard in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 3 to 6 inches of snow and wind 35 gusting to 55. Well, Trucker Hershey, doesn't that sound like a good time? All you can do is hunker down and turn up the heat. You'll be good. Joe Smith, hello. Blues Rider, greetings from D.C., everybody, the hub of the political center of America. Container Guru, hello and Merry Christmas. Hello and Merry Christmas to you, Container Guru. What's going on? Riley, hello and Merry Christmas, Dave and Kathy. Hello, Riley. Merry Christmas to you as well. Joe Smith, how are you doing? Who all we got else here? Andrew Jr., good evening, Andrew. Benjamin, hi, Benjamin. How are you? Claude, hello from Calgary. Benny KM, what's up, Smart Trucker? Merry Christmas, Bobby.
Move your microphone from your keyboard.
Kelly Patterson's here. Howdy, Kelly. Is your mom coming? How are you doing tonight? Nomadic Brit, hello to everyone. Tank Johnson, I'm relaxing at the house. Good place to be, Tank. Good place to be. Dirty Diesel, local fuel hauler here in Florida. Good name. Merry Christmas. Nice of you to join us. Nice of you to join us.
Brian
glad
R. Merry Christmas from a former bed bugger.
Boy, there was a niche in trucking that used to make huge money. Bed buggers. I don't know if they still do that well nowadays, but man, that was the top of the heap for money making at one time. Scott Kuhn, hello from Wisconsin. Hey, Scott, how are you doing? Keno Morris, checking in from Jamaica. And I'm jealous, Keno. I'm jealous. Merry Christmas. Keith Bender, Merry Christmas. Sail Cruz, Native Pride over here. Very good. Patrick, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to you, Patrick. Well, good of you all to join us here tonight. Fred, there's Fred. Good day from home. He made it. That's good, Fred. Good place to be. Glad you made it home for Christmas. Everybody should if they can. James Crosby, Merry Christmas, Trucker. James, Merry Christmas to you, sir. Well, we've got a 2-hour stream here tonight. We're going to do something a little bit unusual because it's our Christmas stream. So we're going to be doing a bit of a raffle draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a number between 1 and 500 and then have you guys type in and guess to try to figure out which number we picked. Closest number.
Only one guess.
Only one guess. Closest number without going over is the winner. So there'll be some prizes with that, so that should be fun to do.
We'll do one round at a time. We'll do this several times throughout the stream.
Yeah, we're going to split it up through the stream and do that. Have a few Christmas prizes, so that should be cool. What else are we doing here?
And when we start the raffle, they can enter one number in the chat, one chance only, when they hear the sound.
Oh, yes. Kathy has brought her sound effects equipment with her this evening, so that should be exciting. There'll be a couple of ringtones on there I'm sure you truckers will recognize. Brian Watt, Christina Watt, thank you both for joining us. Well, just to kick off, I was thinking this coming up to Christmas. I've got a couple of Christmas stories that I want to share. And the first one is many years ago when I was headed home from California, had a load of produce on. I was beating it home across I-80, and I got into Iowa on I-80 going eastbound, and I don't know, somewhere between the line and Des Moines, here comes a guy up the left-hand lane, and he's dressed just like Santa, just a dead ringer for Santa. He's driving a Freightliner, I remember that, and he's pulling up beside every other truck driver, waving at us, and then carrying on. So it was kind of nice to see it. It broke the monotony and the rush, because we're all just jamming on it, trying to get home for Christmas. And so he got, I don't know, maybe 10 trucks up ahead of me, and we're going eastbound coming into Des Moines, and the Super Coupe is open. So, of course, everybody wheels into the Super Coupe. So I'm waiting to see how the troopers like Santa. Sure enough, old Santa gets pulled around back of the Super Coupe, and the rest of us got rolled across. Never did find out what happened to Santa, whether he was in Super Coupe jail for Christmas, or if they finally let him free, or if they just brought him in to chew him out for wearing an outfit while he was driving. All these years.
To see if he was sober, maybe.
Or to see if he was sober, yeah. And all these years I've wondered whatever became of Santa, and if any of the kids in Iowa got their presents, because the Super Coupe had surrounded Santa and corralled him. But I'll never forget that. And the guy. It was a great costume. He really looked exactly like Santa Claus, instead of the Freightliner, instead of the sleigh. But I remember that to this day. So that was a good laugh. Well, this is a Q&A. So if you guys have some questions, fire away. Trucker Hershey giving away the truck? No.
I already said yes.
Oh, did you really? Well, you're in for a hell of a deal then, because I really like that truck, but you got to come up and get it.
Well, it is Christmas.
It is Christmas, I suppose. So, okay. Yeah, sure. Come on up. Oh. It would be a great retirement gift. Well, I was kind of, I don't know. I'm back and forth on that truck. I really like it. It's away for the winter now, and I kind of miss it. So, but I take a run out and have a look at it every once in a while. What else do I know?
I can tell what this Friday's video is.
This Friday's video. We've got one on my predictions for the 2021 trucking year to come. So stay tuned to our video for Friday and find out what my predictions are, and then you can gaze in through the year as to how right I was and how much I missed the mark by a mile. But good video anyway. And we've got some bonus footage included in that video of the Lettuce King out for a cruise in his new ride. And he's on the back roads, which makes me think he's going around the scale. But anyway, there's some decent footage of it anyway. So stay tuned and have a tune in for that on Friday morning. So what's going on? What's going on here now? Discussing we are locked down and what we see in everyone making money online, including in the Bible Belt, nailing a tree down and worshiping in Josh. It's this, I don't know if you guys are in the States are looking at this second lockdown, but that's what here in Ontario where we are, they're locking down again. So it'll be, curious to see how well that goes. People aren't as feeling as cooperative up here as they were the first time around. So we'll see if it becomes an issue. So hopefully it won't be pure hell in the States, but it's not looking good for a good time up here for this Christmas for us.
Kenneth Snyder comments, I've been passing along about the 34-hour reset I mentioned last week to you, and the word is getting back to me. And like you said, it's a positive note. What do you think about you becoming the voice? Someone would fire me or assassinate me or something. I'd love to be the voice. I try to be the voice as much as I possibly can, but I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for stupid rules. And the trucking industry these days seems to be just full of stupid rules, and I'm more of a cut to the chase and get the job done kind of a guy, so I don't know how well I'd last, but I'd enjoy it while I had it anyway. Roger Penske rolling back to Phoenix in a beautiful 61. Oh, out here in the desert. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm jealous. You're in the right place, especially around this time of year. I love the desert down in there. Beautiful country.
Scott Kuhn, freight is really slow at FedEx ground. It's easy to find parking at the hub.
Huh, isn't that something? This time of year when you think FedEx would just be run off their feet. That's amazing. Amazing to me.
David Thompson, hello from Orlando, Florida. What is your opinion on the state of trucking in the States with the new presidency? You'll hit on that a little bit in this week's video.
Yeah, I touched on that a bit in the video, but just to give you a snapshot, this new Secretary of Transportation is focused, one of the things he's focused on is infrastructure. And that can only be good stuff for us if he improves the roads, because the roads are turning to hell. So I got my fingers crossed for this new guy anyway. Miss Ale, why are you all still in Canada? Because they've got the borders closed. That's why. Is Canadian Christmas done in the metric system? Roger Penske. One of my pet peeves, the metric system.
One of the many.
There was another brilliant idea by the Canadian government. What a stupid move that was.
Lee Harvey, Iowa has had a lockdown and the DOT hasn't messed with us local guys for 9 months.
Man, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I personally never had any issues with the DOT in Iowa, but they had a nasty reputation for pulling guys in and giving them grief. Now, I always time my runs, so I was usually passing through Iowa on a weekend, and a lot of time their coops were closed on the weekends. But that was part of the reason I did it. But
Nicholas Oswald, several trucking companies are switching over to salary paid positions. Your thoughts?
And you know why they're doing that? Because they can't keep people. Because everybody knows now that you've got to be paid salaried or by the hour. There's something got to be better than being paid by the mile, just because of all these delays. So salaried isn't as good as by the hour, for instance, but I think it's better than by the mile. As long as you can walk in and go, you know what? For the money I'm making, this is the number of hours I've put in, and that's good enough for me. Because the tendency is for salary positions that they'll just work you to the bone. So don't let them do that, but it's better than by the mile.
You don't get to comment on this one, though.
I don't?
You just have to just...
Swallow it?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Rothel, all I want for Christmas is to take Trudeau deer hunting.
And you're not going to let me comment on that?
No. Kelly Patterson, getting ready to start my 8 days off for Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's nice to have a break this time of year. There's something just psychologically right about it. And I've run through Christmas more than a few times. And if you miss that Christmas break, it just feels like your whole year is screwed up. So it's nice when you can get it. Mac Pinnacle or Peterbilt 389? Josh, this has just got to be you. I'm going to let you guess to see which one you think I'd choose. I'll give you a hint. Peterbilt 389. Volvo Pinnacle. Christina Watt. Trying to wind me up, Christina.
Igor Malman, Dave, what was the most... Oh boy, lost already. What was the moment your P379 left you most proud?
I've always been proud of that truck, just because it hasn't cost me a fortune to operate. It's always made me money. It's always looked sharp. I've always been proud of that truck. I couldn't pick one moment, I don't think, except maybe when we picked it up at the dealership.
There's some funny comments about going deer hunting.
Oh, I can't believe you won't let me talk about that.
No, not on the live stream.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
GP is letting me PCD. What does that mean? Kelly Patterson. Letting me PCD.
I'll have a headache soon from this thing.
Keith, you want to borrow my gun? Lots of ammo. Good evening, Mylan from Buffalo, New York. Good evening. Night Ranger. I filled up in Bogota, Colombia. And man, U.S. gallons in Bogota, Colombia.
One Shoddy Bobby, what's your favorite trucking song?
6 Days on the Road, I guess, is my favorite trucking song. Thank you. I'll save that for later. That's beautiful.
No, put it on.
Jonathan Mestral, yearly paid week off and holiday pay at GP Transco. I feel spoiled. Can't remember the last time I didn't fall behind on bills for taking holidays with the family. Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it, Jonathan?
That's pretty
you're,
nice.
You're with a good outfit there.
Yeah.
That's, there's one of the perks right there. Right there. So that's good. Enjoy your time.
Someone has asked why Pete's are so expensive. Good question.
Well, they're no more expensive really than the Kenworth, which is their main competition. And they're a little more expensive because they're not mass produced on assembly lines the way Volvos and Freightliners are. So they're a little more expensive to build. They've got higher quality parts. Just a stronger, better built truck, but it takes better, heavier equipment to do that. So and parts. So it's just a better truck all the way around. You pay a little bit more for it, but you'll get it back in resale anyway. And that was always the route that I went. And every time I got good money for my trade-in. What marine engine can you put in a truck? You can put any marine engine in a truck. Cummins makes a good marine engine. So does Cat. The secret is you've got to be careful where you run it, because some of the states now are clamping down on the emissions, and marine engines generally don't meet emission standards for highway trucks. Well, should we pick our first number for the raffle here, Kathy?
We'll wait till our tech man is returned.
Okay, we're on hold for that, but he'll be back shortly.
Mac Mandel, what kind of trailer do you like running the best, singles or doubles?
That's a tough question. I enjoyed both. I think what the distinction there for me was if it was a quality trailer, if it was a well-built trailer. I ran single reefer trailers for years, and I always bought Great Danes, and they're the best money can buy. So I really like pulling the Great Danes. Yet when I was pulling tankers, I pulled Timpty Beal tankers, and they were top quality B trains, and I really enjoyed pulling them too. I don't know. I guess now I've been away from B trains so long that I'd have to choose the single trailer, but I enjoyed them both, honestly, especially because the trailers were high quality trailers.
Mooncakes asks, what do you think about a 2001 Western Star C15 Cat 300 wheelbase 4964 EX?
Well, that's a big ride. I like the truck. Western Star's a tad on the heavy side if you're doing produce, for instance, but it's a really well built truck. Depending, if you're thinking about buying it, depending on the price, but no, I think you'd be getting a good truck there.
Someone has asked in the chat, is GP Transco a good company to work for? Because they're trying to hire me. What's your advice? I believe there's a few people in chat who actually work for GP Transco.
They're on the top of my recommended carrier list. I think very highly. We both do. We think very highly of GP Transco. I'd work there myself if they'd hire a Canadian, and if I were still on the road, that'd be the first place I'd apply, frankly. I like their style. I like everything about them.
Tank Johnson, Dave, I'm an owner-operator, local fuel hauler. I want to get a bigger truck for the business. I want a day cab Cat 6NZ engine. What wheelbase and axle ratio would you recommend?
Are you hauling tankers local or highway, or it would depend on...
Local.
Just local? Man, you could get away with almost anything. You could work like a 10-speed with 370s for local if you wanted to, but then something like that might hurt your resale when it comes to deal it in. You could still run a truck like that local with an 18-speed with 355s, for instance, and get better resale and still have the same gear advantages. So kind of Depends on what you like, but you could use almost anything in that kind of an application.
Somebody, I just lost their name. Christina Watt. Oh, she was just mentioning to someone she just bought her first truck.
Well, this is fun.
You got a big head here, Dave.
I know, that's why I left my ball cap on, but
All right, you'll have to pick yourself up there.
I will. Give
We
me
need
that
some
hat
duct
back.
tape to keep it on with. The chrome duct tape.
Oh, now she's looking nice.
There we go.
Had a trooper help me throw iron in an ice storm in Gallup, New Mexico in 1990 on Christmas Eve. Lee Harvey. Boy, that's pretty nice. And you know, to tell you the truth, there are a ton of really good troopers out there. I've never had a bad encounter with a trooper, to tell you the truth. There's all sorts of good guys doing that job. So, Merry Christmas to all those guys that keep our roads safe like that. The troopers are a really good group, especially the state trooper guys.
Ethan, sorry I missed your donation there. I was making Dave a little more festive. He says, Merry Christmas to you all. God bless. Happy New Year. Thank you very much for the $2, Ethan.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Ethan. Thank you.
John Rothel, still big money to be made in oversize if you lease to a U.S. company like Landstar.
Yes, and I have heard that is still one of the top paying niches if you've got the skill and the patience for it. If you can get into oversize, and there's, you see some of the fancy rides out in the truck stops these days, they're doing oversized work, and there is money in that. And I don't know how Landstar is as a carrier for that type of stuff, because at the end of the day, you're still dealing with load brokers associated with Landstar. They call them agents, but they're really load brokers. But, there aren't a whole lot of oversized guys out there. So if you're heading into an area and there's one guy with an oversized load going out, I imagine you could pretty much demand whatever you wanted for the load and you'd get it. I like that. I like the truck dictating the rate, not the load broker dictating the rate. So I'm into that. Well, either it's the start of the Kentucky Derby or it's time to pick our first number.
Okay, so we're going to use a program, some software to choose a random number. You can start entering your numbers in the chat now. We'll give you 1 minute. So everybody in the chat, you get one chance. Throw your number in.
Any number between 1 and 500.
Between 1 and 500, and this is for $100.
$100?
If you guys already reiterate, it's only the first guess that you put in
Yes.
will be taken into account. If there's any duplicate numbers, we'll do a bonus round. That only applies if you're already the closest number.
We'll do a face-off.
SoCal Sandman. Yes, I did hear what happened to your company last week. Isn't that something? Isn't that
Okay.
a sign of the times?
The number is between 1 and 500. 1 and 500. Coming up on the clock. About 30 seconds left now.
Everybody make sure you get to put your number in.
And this will obviously take me a few minutes here to verify who the winner is, so bear with me here while I check after we roll the number.
That's a lot of numbers.
Tim Bobber. Blizzard in Minnesota, 94 closed by Monticello. Winner's here, huh?
When the time is up, I will roll, and I will scroll through the comments to see who got closest without going over.
Are we just about there?
I think that'll just about do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay,
All right. So let's go to my handy dandy program here.
Okay, just give us what's
263.
263.
263 is our number.
Okay. And who is the winner?
You'll have to give us a few minutes here. 263
Why don't
is
we
the
keep
number.
taking questions? We'll
Yep.
do questions, and Nick will figure out who the winner is. He's got to go through the numbers.
Scott says, I like pulling double trailers in the truck rides better. Have to be really careful in the wintertime. Yeah, that's true. Especially if it's like an A-train double set, Scott. They kind of wiggle a little bit. I prefer the B trains myself. And I don't find in bad weather, like the B-train tankers weren't even affected by like a crosswind, for instance. And that was part of what I really liked about them.
What would you say to drivers who hate new school tech in trucks?
I'd say I'm with you. I don't blame you for hating it at all. I'd say find another carrier that has equipment more to your liking, because not everyone's got the new tech stuff in it. It's going to be years before everybody does. I would think these days you're still able to pick and choose the truck you want to drive with or without that stuff. Get away from the big carriers, go to the smaller carriers, and you'll get away from that stuff.
All right, and we have our winner for the raffle giveaway. David Thompson, you are our closest guest at 260. Congratulations, my friend.
Whoa.
Woo.
So, do you want me to tell them now what the
Yes.
email is to go ahead and get in contact with? Okay, so for Dave Thompson, and this will apply for any future winners, but we will go over that when it comes up again, just to reiterate. This is the email on screen now. Dave Thompson and any of our future winners for the rest of the raffles, go ahead and contact that email there. Just send us a hey, and we will get in contact with you from there and send you off your prize. So David Thompson and any of our future winners, make sure you jot down that email, and we'll have it in the description as well, just so that if you don't get it for whatever reason, we can make sure we send you out your prize. So congratulations to Dave Thompson.
Yeah, congrats.
Congratulations, David. Way to go.
$100 coming your way.
I can honestly say I've never won anything in my life.
Oh, baloney.
Nothing. Very unlucky that way.
Very wonderful children.
I didn't win those.
David
Do you think a
Thompson.
Canadian freight broker directory would help owner-operators and trucking companies? God. I can't think of a nice thing to say about any Canadian load brokers. So I'm not sure it would be a help to them or not.
Someone has asked, do you know of a good starter company that will allow me to take my dog? I have read, because of the COVID thing, that some companies aren't allowing drivers to take pets with them. Now, I don't think that stands to every company. Grilled Mortal, you have won a brand new 1970 Oldsmobile. I lost comment.
What motor? Because I like the 70 Oldsmobiles. Is that like a 442 Olds? I'd take that all day long. The older brother of a friend of mine had one of those things, a 442 convertible. Amazing car. Loved it. You're showing, by the way, you must be showing your age there, Grilled Mortal. Know about those.
It was somebody else's car.
Yeah, it wasn't my car. I wish it had been my car.
Someone has asked if GP operates in Alberta, and I don't think so.
I don't
think
believe-
they come to this side.
I
do
don't
they?
believe they come to Canada, and that's a shame.
Fred Besmer?
Where is he?
A-train's important that converter fifth wheel plate is well greased.
Huh. Isn't that the truth? I was never a big fan of A trains. Like the B trains a whole lot better. Heavy haul trucking is the most fun, says Ethan. I never really got into that. Some guys just loved it, and it seemed to be you were either loving it or not, and I never really got into the heavy haul stuff. I liked the stuff I tried. I did reefer and tanker primarily, a little bit of flatbed, but Grilled Mortal 455, that is the right answer, and that is the right engine, Grilled Mortal. Good job. There's another one. Mylan says 455 Rocket. Yes, that's right. You guys are showing your age, but that's right. Mom had a 455 Buick. Dad had a 455 Olds. Oh, man. I bet you wish you had one of those cars.
Jeff Steves, what are your plans for the Pete?
Oh, I don't know. I'm back and forth. I think right now the way I'm leaning is I'm thinking about kind of jazzing it up come springtime. We've got a brave new chrome shop here in Ontario. The Lettuce King has tripped across, and he's been buying stuff down there.
And we're going to go down and get some chrome, and we're also going to go to skid school in Belleville, and we're going to drive one of the trucks and play on the slippery,
Not we're going
slippery
to skid
roads.
school. You're going to skid school.
We're going to skid school.
I'm going to watch, and she's going to drive. Because I've already skidded a few trucks a few times when I didn't want to, so I know all about it. I don't want to repeat that performance.
I want to skid one.
Dave, the general consensus from Chad is that you, in fact, have won something in your lifetime, and she's sitting right beside you.
Well, that's true, and that's nice of you to say. Yes, that's true. Who was that? Fred, yeah. Yes, Fred, I did all right.
They like my antlers,
I did
but
all
they're,
right.
they're cut off in the picture there. Christina asked where the shop is. Now that is past Belleville.
Brockville?
Yes.
Is it in
Well,
Brockville?
a little bit farther than Brockville.
I'm not sure. We haven't been there yet. I think the Lettuce King said it was in the Brockville area.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
What's it called?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
you're
what
worse
it's
than
called.
me.
Always been.
Brockville Chrome Shop. I'll find out. Keep
Anyway,
going
she's
there.
she's checking for the name here, but the Lettuce King has been frequenting their location and has come back quite pleased with the stuff that he's been buying down there. So something we're definitely going to check out in the spring.
By Belleville, is that right? Chrome Supply Warehouse?
That's it, Chrome Supply Warehouse.
Yep.
It's by Belleville?
Yep.
Really? That's even closer than I thought. Okay.
Exit 538. Free coffee.
Sounds better and better all the time. Lettuce King says it's a nice guy down there running the deal too, so that makes a hell of a lot of difference too. If it's a decent
Lee Harvey made a comment that Grandma got hit by a prime driver.
fella. Are you kidding? You can't be serious.
Well, no. You know that song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a song. I don't like Christmas songs. I don't like Christmas songs. Yeah. What's the one I hate the most? I'll try to think of it. There's one across from the 10 Acre. Didn't know there was one in Brockville. Christina Watt. I think I'm wrong. Maybe it's Belleville. They're telling me Belleville now, Christina. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We haven't been there yet. So.
Kenneth Snyder, how about a 441 Grand Marquis?
Oh, they were a nice car. I like those big old 70s cars that just kind of floated when you rode. Yeah, I really missed that. I wish the new cars rode like. Kathy didn't like the ride of those cars that floated, but I did. My first car was a 73 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ. Mine on rotor. Yeah, they're nice car. Nice car. I had my first one was a 70 Pontiac Trans Am 455 HO, and that it was fast enough that it scared me to drive it, so I liked that. Ended up blowing it up, of course.
Oh, someone mentioned 10 Acre is Belleville. Was that not the name of it?
No, it's not the 10 Acre. 10 Acre is a big truck stop down
Ew.
there, but that's not where the Chrome Shop is.
No, I believe that. Oh, I thought that's where the Chrome Shop.
No,
In Belleville. Belleville. Not at the truck stop. I know that.
but it's in Belleville. We're still wondering where it is, but yeah, it's down in there somewhere. What's it called? Chrome Shop Warehouse?
Something like that.
Okay. So if you're, I never spent a whole lot of time on that 401 Toronto to Montreal route, so I really don't know that highway very well. Been down there a couple times. Thought it was pretty boring. Vowed to stay off it whenever I could.
Jonathan Mestrel says, when COVID started, there was a family handing out free burgers to truck drivers at a rest area to support us. This was before everyone jumped on the bandwagon of supporting essential workers.
That's right, and it was like a young boy, right? Like a truck driver's son that was doing that.
No.
No?
No. He was one of them.
I think he was the first one I heard of. But anyway, heck of a nice thing. Heck of a nice thing. Fred Besmer. Belleville Chrome Shop. Maybe that's what we mean. We haven't been there, Fred, but it's supposed to be pretty nice, and I guess it's fairly new.
Grilled Mortal went to Acapulco in a new 73 455 Tornado.
You drove a Tornado to Acapulco? Jeez. That'd be an adventure and a half. That's pretty cool. Stacy Ellis, how are you liking the new extended gear shifter?
He should have turned it the other way, though, so he didn't get slapped in the face when he used it.
I thought the way I had it angled was just cool because I got
lever,
a better grip on the blade. Better grip on the blade. I didn't realize that like 8th gear meant slapping myself in the face with it, but turned out that way anyway.
We ready for another one?
Yeah, do you want to do another one? Yep.
Haven't heard the sound yet.
No, I haven't. I'm waiting for it. You used to be able to buy CB radios with that built into the radio, and that was a popular thing in like the early '80s. And you get down into Southern California and hear all the guys in the truck stop making that noise.
Okay, you can throw your number in the chat now. We're going to call another number up. So start to throw your number in the chat between 1 and 500. Go.
Minute starts now.
Container Guru said that was the splitter.
And SoCal Salmon says, where do you put the splitter on a hockey stick?
Good question.
Good question. I never got that far as to moving the splitter. That was next on my list. Actually, to tell you the truth, now I'm working on an extended trailer brake. So it's about 4 feet long, and I want to take it for a ride with a passenger in the passenger seat to see how that works out when I pull the trailer brake.
15 seconds left.
Make sure you get a guess if you haven't done so yet.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. You want to put a divider in the chat there for everyone now. All right, the number is going to be 271. 271 is our number. Give me a few minutes here to sift through the chat and see who our winner is.
Okay, we can keep taking some questions and comments.
Yes.
What was the number?
271.
It's not. Oh, yeah, that was your old one. So 271, okay. Container Guru, OTS, the long part back and forth.
So here's Due Dilly. All the pictures on my website were taken at the Chrome Supply Warehouse in Belleville, across the highway from the 10 acre. So that's where it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, someone has asked, I missed it last time it went through, what do you think about the greaseless fifth wheel?
I think the greaseless fifth wheel is great if you're always pulling the same trailer and nobody else pulls it. You know, probably for a guy that owns his own truck and trailer, it's a really nice thing to have. I gather you'd have to be careful, when you're pinning up, not to peel it off, but you'll just make a mess out of it if you're switching trailers constantly. So, but yeah, if you own your own truck and trailer and if you're careful, I know guys that love that setup. So, not that putting grease on a fifth wheel is a big deal, but be a little cleaner, I suppose. Anyway.
All right, so our winner for that last one was Brian Walt. Congratulations to Brian Walt.
Cool.
I'm going to put the email in the chat for you, Brian. Make sure you go ahead and contact that so we can get you your prize. Congratulations to Brian. And Joe Smith, thank you very much for the $4 donation. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes, thanks, Joe, and congratulations, Brian.
Oh, there he is.
Good
Brian
job.
Walt. Got it.
Good job.
Okay, 2 down. I told Grilled Mortal. Oh, he said somebody was going to win an RX-3, and I said, yep, but it has no wheels included, but he has the wheels.
Kathy at one time had an RX-7.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty cool little car.
Oh, you told me 10 years later you hated it.
No.
Yes, you did.
That car?
Yes.
Oh, I thought
It was only a two-seater.
It was a two-seater, yeah. Yeah, it was a two-seater.
I taught him to drive a stick shift in that car.
Was that a stick shift, that car?
Yep.
It was?
Yep.
I'd forgotten that about it.
Yep. I taught myself to drive it.
What do I think of the airlines out the rear bumper? So, Justin Slay, assuming then that you own the truck and trailer, I like that. That's a nice clean look. I like that. It's probably a little bit dirtier hooking up the airlines when you're pinning up, but the overall look I like, and as long as you run the lines properly so you don't snag them, I do like the look of the clean deck plate. So yeah.
Tim
Cool.
Bobber 1, thank you very much for the $10 donation, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for the support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. RX-7 was a badass car, Kathy.
Yeah.
It was.
See?
She had all the badass cars. She got rid of a Mustang Mach 1 to buy the RX-7. So she always had the hot cars. I always had the beaters. I don't know why that worked out that way. I spent all my money on the truck, I guess.
Yep. I didn't invest in machinery. Well, not that kind of machinery.
She invested in sports cars.
Milan Rotar. I drove a yard truck for 23 years at the BNSF. Been in the truck now for 3 years. Started watching your channel about 2.5 years ago.
Thank you. As in the railroad, the Burlington Northern Railroad. I read the other day that they just put a tanker train off the tracks in Washington State. 10 cars, some of them split open, so that'll be a mess. But if any company out there can afford to clean that up, it'll be those guys. They're rolling in dough.
Ted Lane, he said he's worked on a lot of RX-7s.
Yeah, they had a rotary engine, which I remember would spin to about $9,000, and it was pretty cool concept-wise. You don't see them anymore, though. I don't know why they got away from those.
I can't tell you the last time I saw one.
It was my father got us interested in those because he was buying rotary engine Mazdas, and that's how Kathy got interested in them. SoCal Sandman said he had a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and you like that car? Yeah, they were a good-looking car. I like the look of those things.
T.J. Jones, the Bull of the Woods, back to you from Speed Trap, La Grande, Oregon.
Oh no! Well, I hope you're not snagged in the Speed Trap. I like La Grande. I like the whole state of Oregon. They got some goofy truck rules, but it's a beautiful state. Did you read about the fire they had in Troutdale at the truck stop not too long ago there? I used to stay at that truck stop all the time, and not a very big parking lot. But I guess they had a I think it was a reefer fire, and it caught trailers on either side.
Does a lettuce king like salad? No, he doesn't. He does not like salad.
He kind of OD'd on baby love carrots
and popcorn.
Some years ago.
Yeah.
Got into the freight when he ran out of money, and he was eating the baby love carrots. And man, you should see, he was orange by the time he got out of the truck. He'd eaten so many carrots, and to this day he can't look at carrots anymore.
He told me one trip he came back and he ate baby love carrots, milk, and popcorn all the way back.
Oh. Yeah, and the milk throws a nasty curve into it, doesn't it?
Milk and popcorn.
Milk and popcorn.
Oh.
Tuned in from Australia, Muppet. Thank you. Boy, that's the place to be, Australia. Halfway around the world from here in a beautiful, beautiful country. It's on my to-do list. If I could stand the air flight, I'd love to see it. I've been to Hawaii, and it damn near killed me riding that far in the plane. SoCal Sandman, Oregon is beautiful. It is. I love the Northwest. Oregon, Washington State. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, was that the TA in Troutdale, SoCal Sandman? Yes. Yes, it was the TA. Just a little spot, but that's where I used to stay anyway.
One Ugly Man, thank you very much for the $10 donation, my friend. Sorry about your name there. Sorry I'm late. I've been watching you guys for a while and I love the channel. I'm actually building a fruit and veggie beds for the spring and summer. I also work for Pepsi. Looking forward to getting my CDL soon.
Well, thank you. I didn't even want to say your handle, but thank you, One Ugly Man. And hope you do get the CDL. Are you going to stick with Pepsi when you get the license? I would assume so, because they're supposed to be a pretty good company to work for anyway. But if to drive for them, that might be really good.
Grilled Mortal, as the lettuce king gets older, he said he's downsizing to Brussels sprouts.
I've got a, what the hell was that? Broccoli. I've got a really, really good broccoli story about the lettuce king. Do you know the one, Kathy?
Mm-hmm.
Where the reefer was giving him trouble? Oh, man.
Hamish K. Hey, guys.
Hey, Hamish, how are you doing? How's things over there? I hear things are kind of rough. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Mole 646, what are your thoughts on the pilot Flying J mask policy when coming into the store? Lots of truck drivers have become jerks when the masks were implemented. It's pretty common practice everywhere we go.
It is common practice now, and I can believe that some guys are being jerks about it. I don't think there's any point in being a jerk about it. Flying J and pilot are just, doing what they think is best and what they think is right and trying to protect their staff and their customers. You can't fault them for that. None of us like the mask rules. Nobody does. But, you just kind of got to put up with it because it's for the best. The intention behind the whole thing is good.
A spoiled load of broccoli could be very smelly. Yes. Broccoli gone bad is nasty stuff. Really nasty.
Let's just say they put a claim in on that load.
Yeah. Old broccoli does not smell good.
No. Hamish says tier 4 for COVID. Yeah,
it's probably their
not
equivalent good. To our red zone.
Yeah, it's not good. Love listening to the live stream while cleaning the 389 inside. Great job. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate it. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you.
Lee Harvey, Burns Brothers, Troutdale. Nope, never been there. Nope, never drank a beer there. Never did the two-step on the dance floor there either. Trust me.
I got a feeling we should call them and check that because it sounds like you're pretty familiar. If I phone up to the fuel desk and everybody knows your name and recognizes it right away, I'm going to be a little suspicious. Just saying.
Grilled Mortal, just to comment to what you just typed in the chat, I ran into 2 people in the grocery store today with no mask on.
Huh. I ran into one yesterday at Shoppers. Same thing, no mask on. So,
And it's mandatory here.
Yeah, it's mandatory, but no point in getting mad at them or saying anything. I don't like them, but I just put up with it.
Joe Smith, thank you for the 5. Appreciate the donation.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Justin says, sadly in America, masks have turned political.
Well,
yeah, I can believe that, and that's a sad thing too. One Ugly Man says, yes, I want to drive for Pepsi. Oh, good. If not, he'll roll with Schneider. Try to get on with Pepsi. They're an amazing company from all reports that I've ever heard. Well, apparently Tarzan has joined the stream, and it's time to pick another number.
For those of us who are just joining us and are unfamiliar with what we're currently doing, so we're doing a raffle giveaway. The number is between 1 and 500. We will draw a random number. You have to pick the number first guess will be the only one taken into account, and it's the closest to without going over. So without further ado here, we will go and start the 1 minute. Put your answer in the chat, and starting the 1 minute now.
Okay. One guess. Make it a good one.
SoCal Sandman, he always liked the Jubits. Yeah, that's a pretty cool truck stop. Right down on the water. That's what I liked about it. Kind of an older style truck stop, but beautiful view out the dining room window.
Grilled Mortal, 426, and then he puts after it Hemi.
Oh, yeah.
That's his guess. That's his number.
Good guess.
20 seconds left on the clock.
Graham Wright is in the chat too, by the way.
Get off. Where? Oh, there he is.
Actually, he said hello.
Man, Graham, how are you? Good to hear from you. Well, it's been a long time. We're overdue.
He was here a few months ago.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and divide it in the chat there.
Yep.
All right. Our number is going to be 333. Our number is 333. Bear with me here for a few minutes while I verify our winner.
Anyway, Graham Wright is a friend of mine from the time we were like 14 years old, I think. And we are long overdue for a visit. It's good to hear from you, Graham.
When did you put that divider in?
Just a second. I put it in after.
No, I see where it is. What is that one? Did you put it in the second I said put it in the divider?
Yep. That's as fast as I could type.
So is JJ's with it then?
I just can't get back that far.
Controlled Chaos says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Controlled Chaos. SoCal Sandman. Benjamin looks close. Does he now? Maybe. I'm not running the thing, but maybe. Are super singles in wide use on tractors and semi-trailers in North America?
Where my comment is
They're fairly common in the States. You don't really see them up in Canada, but they're becoming fairly common in the U.S.
Oh no.
So I don't care for them myself. I
done
wouldn't
after you
spec a truck with
commented.
super singles, but
Yeah.
because when they blow, they drop and they chew the rim and everything, and you're out a canoe full of money. So I don't like them, but yeah, you see them more and more. Who won the Skidoo? We're giving away a Skidoo?
With no skis.
Yeah.
Hey, don't they have a contest where the snowmobile sinks out in Osler Lake, Grilled Mortal?
They have that down in MacTier. The puddle jump.
No, I'm talking about the one where they sit it on the ice, and when the ice goes out in the spring and it sinks, and you buy a ticket on the date that the snowmobile
I have
sinks.
heard about that, yeah. Justin Trudeau inspires me like a lighthouse in the desert.
Saw a super single at a bar.
I run super singles all the way around, Thomas Lehman. Do you like that setup, Thomas? Like when you lose a tire, when you blow one out in the highway, as it turned out to be a huge expense and inconvenience, because that's what I've been hearing about that setup. But on the other hand, the whole truck and trailer are lighter, and apparently it gets better fuel mileage with super singles, which is why a lot of guys went to them.
All right, before we get into our winner here, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge a donation we just had from Do Bill with the 50 bond. Thank you very much for that overwhelming amount of support you just showed there. Thank you for all you do for the industry.
Well, thank you for tuning in and watching and
Thank
being part of our stuff here. We appreciate that. We really do.
So we have our winner, closest to was James Crosby. And congratulations to James Crosby.
What was his guess?
327.
Ooh.
Just about
James
as close
Crosby.
as you could get.
Hooray!
We had closer, but that was
was
after we ended the round.
That was
so
after. I
very
couldn't
close.
type that fast, but that came in after. Thunderstorm 87. If trucking were female dominated, what would be different? I'd love to hear both your thoughts. You first.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
You first. What do you? Why? Why?
Well, because as a rule, I think
You sure you want to go there?
females are smarter and they put up with less crap. So I think the industry would probably be a whole lot better because they get pushed around less. If you really want to, guys are kind of easygoing and compliant. Women don't put up with much bull, or at least the ones that I know.
And how many do you know?
Just the one. Well, not counting our daughter, and she doesn't put up with any bull either. So I'd have to say it'd be a tougher industry all the way around. Might be a good thing for the industry.
James Crosby, I put the contact information for you in their chat.
$100.
Make sure you send off a hey to that email there.
Another 100. So we've got some more coming up.
Someone asked me if I'd ever encountered KLLM in my travels, and yes. In fact, I used to see them at the produce sheds in Salinas sometimes years ago. I imagine they're still around. They were a fair size outfit, but yes, I am familiar with KLLM for whoever was asking me that. Nice equipment too. They had nice equipment.
Thomas Lehman, women are straightforward and very blunt. Yes, we can be. We can be.
So there you are.
So in business, though, that can be a good thing.
It is a good thing in business. It's definitely a good thing.
One ugly man. Thank you for another 5 there. Lot lizards would have beards.
Oh, man.
Woo!
Isn't that a nasty mental picture?
Ooh.
Isn't that a
Someone's gonna have
nasty?
to explain that one to me because I don't get
Yeah,
that.
well, you'll be better off if you don't know the truth.
I'm not touching that with a
never
10-foot
mind.
pole.
I think when I know what we're talking
Hamish
about
K. But the men are the backbone of trucking.
Yeah, if you're talking about who's doing all the hand
Men have
bombing,
backbones, or men have backbones? Is that what he's implying?
yes,
Or
that is.
should have backbones.
Wow, now we're getting slammed. Hamish, stick with me here on this.
Oh dear.
We're capable of doing the hand bombing. Thoughts on J.B. Hunt, Justin?
Funny.
You know, J.B. Hunt, years ago, J.B. Hunt was the brunt of all our jokes, but you really can't fault who's at the helm of that carrier. They're doing very well these days. They got into rail and containerized rail before anybody else. They cut back on their highway trucks. They went more to rail and local trucks, and financially, they're at the top of their game. So I think if you got a job with J.B. Hunt these days, it'd just be running short and running local, and you'd be with a good carrier. They're not the laugh that they used to be.
Josh Peterbilt 389. Ladies look good driving 389 Pete's. See?
Yeah, ladies look good driving anything, but yeah. Although I can't say I've ever seen that, but I'm sure they would look good.
So I want to get your two guys' consensus here on this comment. James Crosby says, "Hey, I'd like to donate that winning he just got back for Christmas rather." So what do we think? Are we going to allow that here, or do we want
Threw
him
a
to take
curve
the
into
gesture?
that one for me. I think we
this
have
is a
to make
scenario
this
we haven't dealt with.
mandatory that you have to keep it.
Yeah, I think that's appreciate the thought. That's really generous.
Lovely thought.
But the idea here is we're giving it away,
Yeah.
not taking it back. But that was a really nice sentiment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Benjamin, men had backbones until they got married. Ooh.
Wow.
But it's a choice.
It is a choice. You know, James, you can always donate that to your favorite charity, or give it to the give it to someone that needs it.
Where I just missed one there. Josh Peterbilt, no Volvo Bulldogs.
Volvo Bulldogs. Who owns Mac now? I don't even know that for sure. I think Volvo may own them because you see them in the same dealerships now. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. I could be wrong, but I think Volvo owns Mac now, but I'm not sure. And the Chinese now own Volvo, so I guess they own Mac as well. Volvos are scum.
Roger Penske, if the industry were dominated by females, nothing would ever show up on time.
Oh God, Roger. I'm going to duck under the table now.
Yeah, you better.
Wow, Roger. Yeah, thanks for putting me in the target zone.
Yeah, he's behind the keyboard there. He's safe.
Girl Myrtle, I have this irresistible urge to comment. Sometimes it's more politically correct to stay quiet. I've learned that the hard way, Girl Myrtle. That's my position here. That's what I'm going to do. Just saying.
Now, if he means this in the context that I think he means this in, James Crosby is going to donate it to his wife. So, Dave, that's probably an example you should take the time you receive money.
Always a wise decision from a wise man there, James. Good move. Can't go wrong.
So Cal Sandman said, show him my Volvo, Dave.
Yeah, where's that picture of his Volvo?
There's Josh. I support my fellow lady drivers. You're a good man, Josh.
You are a good man. And by the way,
are we ready?
All right, Chad, it's that time again. And be sure to have the cutoff ready there so there's no discrepancies.
You want to say ready? Oh, yes, I will. Okay.
All right, so we'll be starting the minute for your guesses, 1 in 500 without going over. First guess is taken into account. Starting now.
Okay. Throw in your number.
Wayne Blue says whatever Kathy says is right.
That's right. See? He knows how it's done. What? Yes, okay. R.
Oh, man.
Look at those numbers rolling. This is like being at Casino Rama.
Girl Board says at least if we had women truck drivers, their hair would all look great.
That's right. See?
That's right, too.
15 seconds left on the clock. Good luck to everyone. If we have duplicate numbers, don't worry. If that is the number that it's closest, we'll do a bonus round. So 5 seconds left. 5.
Give them a wee bit more time. Make sure everybody gets a number in. Because we've got like about 115 people.
Okay, we'll put another 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, let's add another 20 seconds so everybody gets a guess. Only one guess per person. I've seen a couple people.
Yeah, no duplicates. Only your first guess will be taken into account.
Now there's somebody putting in about 10.
And we'll be done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and put in our marker there.
Mole 646, Autocar AT64F was a really good truck. Really good, tough truck. Igor, Volvo bought Renault trucks.
All right, Dave,
Renault
you're getting
trucks,
carried away there. We're still in the middle of something here.
Hold on.
which owns Mac.
All right. So our number for this round is going to be 138. 138 is our number. Give us a few minutes here to verify our winner.
Okay, carry on with your Mac story.
Oh, I forgot it now.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I'm not sure what's going on here, but your videos and channel have made my year. And some months before. Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas.
We'll explain it to Nicholas before we start the next round.
Yes. Girl Mortal says he has the urge to guess again. Don't worry, buddy. You're going to get your chance.
Give you another chance.
Anyhow. I just looked in the playback screen here, and I'm not liking the look of this Santa hat on me here.
Lee Harvey, do women drivers ever get lost? Mine is always telling me where to go.
Women drivers get lost as often as the men
Oh, I don't know.
do. Oh, they get lost less often?
Yeah. I don't get lost when I go somewhere, and you'll go, well, which way do we turn? Do we go right or do we go left? And I'll say, well, let's stop and ask somebody. I'm not stopping to ask anyone. So we drive in circles.
That's a grid pattern. I'm searching. I'm using the grid
Circling the area.
pattern. Circling the area. One of the scariest experiences I ever had was getting lost in downtown Atlanta looking for a hotel at night when we were on our way to Florida in the car. I don't think we ever did find that damn hotel.
All right, so we have our winner for this round. Congratulations goes out to Jim Trucker.
Oh.
Jim Trucker, you were our winner, I
Tucker
believe.
or Trucker?
Trucker.
Oh.
Jim Trucker was our winner at 119, I believe. Yep, 119.
Can you
So,
throw that on the
Jim,
screen?
I'll put the contact information for you in the chat there. Jim, make sure you give us a hey at that email so we can get in contact with you and send you out your prize. Congratulations, Jim.
$100.
I'm thinking about playing myself. I could use $100.
Joe Solito said that's why Google Maps exists.
Yeah, see, that's more technically advanced than I am. I wouldn't have a clue how to work that. I hear guys raving about it all the time.
This is from a guy who still owns a flip phone.
I do own a flip phone. It's a collector's
That's what
item.
I just said.
Yeah. No, I'm not denying it. People laugh, but it's going to be worth big money someday.
His kids won't be seen in public with him
Yeah.
because he still has a flip phone.
My kids won't go to the mall with me because I have a flip phone.
We don't have a mall.
Well, when we did have a mall.
Correction, I don't go anywhere with you.
Wow.
Wayne Blue, I am also married, so I totally understand, and I guarantee my wife drove truck, there would be a lot less brokers getting in their way. See? Be more profitable, more successful industry.
Roger Penske. Does this truck make me look fat? That's really good. That's really good.
We never get lost. We always find our way. Controlled chaos.
Man.
Okay, so that was number 4. Hamish. Flip phones rock. Ooh.
Who said that?
Thomas.
That's right. That's
Thomas
right.
Lehman.
You know the really nice thing about flip phones is you can't get texts on
Well,
them.
he's left his phone places and nobody steals it.
That's right. No one steals
No one
your flip
steals
phone.
your flip phone because nobody wants it.
You don't have to go to the Apple store and say, I forget my ID number. Help me. Yep, they do rock.
I don't lose mine, though.
So many comments I want to make right now, but so little time. Anyways, Hamish K, thank you very much for the £5. Freightliner Classic XL or a FLD 120 with a Detroit 515 would be my rig, possibly in just Steve's. Thank you very much for the $10 donation as well. Thank you to you both.
Hamish, thank you. And Jeff as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate the donations.
Kevin Stewart, I've seen so many videos of Swift screw-ups. How can they get insurance? Are they self-insured?
I don't know whether they are or not, but you'd surely think that they must be, because I've seen those videos too, and it's amazing to me that Swift is still in business, because they're just wrecking trucks left, right, and center all over the place.
That's what they do.
In fact, it's become a national sport, filming Swift drivers in screwed up positions, and it's hard to believe. And you know, someone should just go down to Swift and ask them why they can't train their drivers better than what they're doing. Because some of the stuff, some of the positions those guys end up in are incredibly stupid. You wouldn't think any truck driver would come up and manage to do that with a truck, but they do. And, I don't know who's training drivers at Swift, but clearly nobody with a brain. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Container Guru, I'm surprised you can still buy a flip phone.
Well, I didn't just buy it. I've had it for a while. Plenty of people want to buy it from me.
Probably found it somewhere abandoned. Anyways, Kenneth, thank you very much for the $20 donation, my friend. I want to take a second here to read Jonathan's comment as well. Lost my wallet with all my credit cards, CDL, and gum permit 1,500 miles away from home. Yeah, that's going to suck.
No.
Wow.
Yikes, big oof there. And Kelly Patterson coming in with a 5 as well. Thank you, Kenneth and Kelly.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate that. I've lost my wallet at least once that I can remember, and I do remember how badly that sucked. I just hated that because try to replace everything that was in there, and in the meantime, you're worried about your credit cards getting used by somebody else. Yeah, that's awful.
I would almost feel bad for the person who found your wallet, Dave, just to simply open it up and find no money inside, and a credit card with no credit line.
Thomas
That's gotta be
Lehman
the
said
worst
he
feeling.
got a new flip phone 3 months ago.
Way to go, Thomas. See, they do rock. He's absolutely right. It's the new wave. People are going to be.
I don't
People
think
are going to be
that's-
going back to flip phones
I don't think so.
because iPhones are so annoying.
No, I don't think so. And what's so annoying about iPhones?
Careful
It
what
takes you
say.
20 minutes and a computer degree from Philadelphia to figure out how to answer the phone.
No, it takes you 20
It
minutes.
takes you 20 minutes.
Whatever happened to a phone that was just a phone? That's all I ever wanted one for, was to make phone calls. They are coming out with a new flip phone, Scott S.
How do I get anything done in a day without a smartphone? That's a good question, because he doesn't get a whole lot done in a day. Not a lot. A little bit.
I'm just going to ignore those barbs. Motorola
The
Razr barbs. Motorola Razr flip phone is back in 2020.
Yeah.
Are those the ones that'll actually twist? I've seen footage of those things. Kind of cool.
I'm a chick, but I bet I wouldn't have lost my wallet. I don't lose mine either. He lost his wallet and his flip phone.
Let me think. When was the last time Kathy lost her phone? Oh, I know.
No, I didn't
About
lose it.
4 hours ago.
No, but I found it, didn't I?
You found it because I phoned it and it was ringing. That's how you
Because
found
I
it.
told you to.
Yes, you did tell me to, and I do what I'm told.
Little does Dave know he's slowly setting himself up to sleep outside this evening.
I've got an Arctic bag, and
That's
the
why I
truck.
left the lawn chair on the deck.
The truck's not far away. I can get out to the truck and sleep in the truck. Done it in the cold many, many times.
Can you imagine being at the safety department at Swift?
There is no safety department at Swift.
That's the problem.
Everyone that's worked there has hung themselves.
Oh my.
Just wait.
There you go. SoCal Sandman. I was embarrassed to take my flip phone out in public. See, he gets it. He totally gets
But
it.
he's down in California where everything's cool. I'm up here in northern Ontario where most people don't have a phone at all. So, but yeah, there's a lot of peer group pressure to have an iPhone. But
How many people do you think don't have a phone up here in northern Ontario? What is this, the boonies?
Some
Like,
people have two phones.
up here, no.
We're not in the woods here, Dave. Like, we're a functioning society. Canada is real.
Just ask Grilled Mortal.
You can, yeah, he'll know because you get 5 miles out of town, you can't even get a signal on a phone. So phones aren't a big deal up here.
Dave needs a K100 with the dog house. Well, he's got the dog house. He just doesn't have the K100.
Kelly Patterson, Apple is a bad word. Yeah, not around here.
Trucker Hershey, Dave can sleep in my truck.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you, Trucker
sleep
Hershey.
in
Oh,
the
sleep
Dave
in the
can
truck. Oh,
sleep
sorry.
in the truck.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misread
Yes,
your
he
could.
invitation there, Hershey.
Won't be the first time. Won't be the first time. I'm addicted to my smartphone. Would be completely lost without one. Night Transport owns Swift. Yes, Justin, that's right. They do. And talk about I I know the Knight brothers did it for financial reasons, but I wondered if they really knew the kind of headaches they were inheriting.
Thunderstorm 87. Dave, I apologize for asking that question, but do you miss those wait lines at the phone booths?
You know, no. That was, you know, we all used to, back then it was a dime to make a phone call. And we all used to get like rolls of dimes from the bank and line up at the TA or the 76 in Ontario to phone, get directions, find out where we were going.
But it was a complicated process to make a call.
Yeah,
like on those payphones. That was quite a deal.
It could be a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting like an AT&T credit card for the phone, and that worked a whole lot better till they discontinued those.
What were dinosaurs like that?
The dinosaurs were big.
I'd rather lose my wallet than my phone. I can still pay for things with my phone and can communicate for loads.
Oh, so you're a high-tech guy, Jonathan.
Yeah.
You're a high-tech guy.
Do I like Pete 389? Yes, I do. I'm getting used to those lights.
I'd rip the lights off.
I'm getting used to them.
I'm getting used to them, but I still don't like them as much as the old style. I think night transport is keeping Swift afloat. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, basically the Knight brothers that own Knight Transportation are the brains now to keeping Swift afloat, because they were going down the toilet fast. I hope they didn't pay very much money for Swift, but oh well.
Dave, I remember when they had phones on the tables at truck stops.
Yeah, I do too, and that was pretty handy. I liked that. That was very convenient. Very convenient. But just think now with that COVID thing, you'd have to wipe the thing down every time you used it, or somebody else, the waitress, would have to wipe it down or something. Better to have your own phone now. Burlington Skyway, 25 cents for trucks, 10 cents for cars. I had a buddy that crossed there the other day with an empty set of B-Train vans, and he said the wind up there on the Skyway was just scary. Woke him right up. He made it across fine, but he says, man, nasty ride.
What does somebody say? There's a comment.
Have I ever driven a Marmon, Justin Slay? No, I never have. They were a hell of a truck quality control-wise. You know, they were all hand-built in one spot. But no, I never had the privilege of driving one or the pleasure.
Wayne Blue, my smartphone fell off my passenger seat Sunday night when I pulled in for the night. Landed face down on my clipboard. Now I have a broken screen. But that wouldn't have happened with a flip phone.
That's right.
The flip phone would be in two pieces.
That's not. Yep, you protect the screen with a flip phone. That's one of the big pluses about them. And they're smaller. If I could even get like an iPhone that was the size of a flip phone, because
the size of a quarter.
Well, these iPhones you carry, it's like having a TV screen strapped to your belt.
You don't complain very much.
You bump.
Complaining about not being able to type on it.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't have to do that either on a flip phone.
Hey, there's a good question. Dave and Kat, what's your least favorite truck?
My new least favorite, geez, plug GP Transco's ears. My new least favorite is the Tesla. But I was thinking the other day, in GP's colors, it might look all right. I hate to say that, but I was thinking, apparently they're getting a couple. And they offered to let me try to drive one, and I got thinking, boy.
Well, they did, anyway.
You know, in GP's colors, that might look all right. That might look all right.
How can you survive with just one phone? And that is my sentiments exactly.
How many phones have you got? I used to, when I worked, I had like a work phone and a personal phone, but I don't work anymore except for Kathy. And she just yells down the stairs at me, so I don't need a phone for that. I've heard your thoughts on cab-overs, but those new Freightliners and KWs in Oz and New Zealand look sharp. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I'll agree with you, Kevin.
It's that time again.
All right.
Round 5.
All right,
Round
before we get
5.
into this next round, just for anyone who isn't aware of what's going on already, we're doing a raffle giveaway. We're doing a random number between 1 and 500. Whoever puts their guess in the chat, and only their first guess will be taken into account. Closest to that number, without going over, will be the winner of our prize. You'll get 1 minute to put your guess into the chat, and that 1 minute will be starting...
Oh, between 1 and 500. Did you say that?
Already did, yeah.
Okay, good.
And
Ready?
that 1 minute will be starting now. Good luck to everyone.
Round 5.
Keith Bender says, Swift Stevie Wonder's in for training at Swift. Oh, he'll probably pass. He'll probably pass.
I did.
Nope.
Yeah, GP Transco's getting 2 of them.
Oh, yes, yes.
Two of the Teslas. Yeah, they've told me that. That's kind of cool.
Give them lots of time. They're just starting to roll in. I don't know why. There was a bit of a delay there. Does Dave miss having a pager?
I never
I
happily.
thought you had a pager for a short time.
No, I don't think
I
so.
know. Yeah, I think we got you one, but you didn't know how to work it, so we took it away.
That could have been it. I know we had one of those walkie-talkie phone setups there for a little while. Do you remember those?
Yeah, that didn't work so well.
They didn't work very well, but
All right, our minute is up.
Is it
If
already?
you want to cancel the round there. Not cancel it, end the round, I suppose.
I did.
And all right, before I roll our number here, just thank you to Hamish K for the £2 there. Hey there, guys, good to be here. Good to have you here, Hamish. Glad you could join us. All right, so our number for this round will be 443 is our number. Give us a few minutes here to verify our winner.
Emil Preet, we need a Mac Classic, one that looks like a 700, an R700. Mac could do with a facelift. Mac could do with a facelift. There's no doubt of that.
Goody.
Well, I had one and I lost it here. I'm trying to find it.
Jeff SR, California has canceled my DMV test CDL, and because something they'll load for special visa in a year to fill the lost spot. Not sure about that message.
I'm not understanding that one.
How about Tesla? Oh, I guess you talked about Tesla
Yeah.
already.
Krill Mortal says time is not on his side. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know what you're saying, though. I don't think it's on my side either.
I have multiple phones to deal with. Texas Trader.
Does Canada have any different truck law that the U.S. don't? Yeah, Justin, we've got a bunch of different stuff. We're allowed to run heavier up here, which I don't agree with. We're allowed to have different axle configurations, none of which I like. They have a wheelbase restriction on the tractor that I don't like. The U.S. has definitely got a better set of rules for trucking than Canada does. I don't know why Canada didn't just adopt the same rules as the U.S. and make everything simple, but they haven't. And it's their loss or our loss.
All right, so we have our winner for that round, and our winner was Backwoods PNW. A big congratulations to Backwoods PNW. You are our closest number at, let me double check what your answer here was. I believe it was 424. And a special runner-up mention goes to Christina Walt, being one number over, so close at an answer of 444. So close, Christina.
What was the number?
443 was our number.
Ah.
Darn.
One
Yeah,
number
and I
over.
saw that
So
one go
close,
by
Christina.
too. 444.
But a congratulations goes to Backwoods PNW being our closest without going over. Backwoods, the email is in the chat for you now. Go ahead and give us a hey at that email, and we'll send you out your prize. Congratulations.
We've got more. We're doing more.
There it is. DMV in California has canceled all DMV behind the wheel tests for the next 2 weeks due to a lockdown, I'm sure. Huh.
Hamish K with the 2 pounds macaroni cheese is better looking than a Volvo.
Not better looking than
You
SoCal Sandman's
Did you see the
Volvo.
pictures of SoCal Sandman's Volvo? That thing is sharp. I think it's the color that makes that truck.
Yeah.
I love the color.
Beautiful truck.
You can only get them in white up here.
Somebody just had a
Does
good
Canada
question.
have e-logs yet? In June, they've mandated that e-logs be in the trucks here in June. Will everybody make the cutoff? No, not even close.
Trucker Hershey asked if you're giving away that fancy shifter extender you saw in a video.
Geez, I never thought of that.
See, we could have given away
I could.
shift extender kits tonight instead.
I suggested to someone in the comments the other day that I was going to market those, and they thought they were junk.
You'd go to jail.
I should have given. I don't know where that thing is now. Probably still in my truck or in the truck.
I saw the hockey stick in the garage.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
It could be yours.
not mine.
Wayne Blue, what do I think of the 990? I prefer the 900, just the look of it, over the 990. I'm not sure what advantages the 990 is supposed to have. I don't know why they came up with that. I got the feeling that they thought the 900 was getting a little old and outdated, and they decided to remodel it and call it a 990, but there's such a scream from Kenworth guys that they kept the 900 now. So I think the 990 kind of looks like a big International. I'll take the 900.
Jeff SR, for now my test is still set for January.
After they open.
January 11th, week after they open.
Hamish is apologizing to SoCal Sandman there. That's nice. It's a beautiful truck, Hamish. Did you see the pictures? We had it up last stream, I guess it was, eh? But yeah, sharp looking truck. Yeah, it does. It looks like 990 looks like a 2000s International Lee Harvey. I think it does too. Like the profile of it, the bunk, the hood. That's exactly what I think it looks like.
Grilled mortal, you could put a big snowshoe on the shifter so you never get stuck.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You heard me about extending the trailer brake, eh, Grilled Mortal? I think that's going to be good. A lot of guys are going to go for that. It's going to be the new cool. You watch.
What about Hayes trucks?
Legendary logging truck. Still have all sorts of them in use out on the British Columbia coast. Awesome heavy truck.
I have a picture of one on the website. There's an old Hayes, an old blue and white one.
Those things are so good they just keep rebuilding them and rebuilding them and rebuilding them because there's nothing new available that can replace them, that can do the work that they do. They're amazing trucks. I'd love to try one of those. They're pretty rough old girls. I'd love to try logging out there too, though. I'd like to try that whole thing. I should go try it. The weather's nicer out there this time of year. Jeff Steves, Scott Trucks. There's another old brand of truck that are gone the way of the dodo bird. They were a good, tough truck as well.
No nonsense, no how. Great videos, man. My brother has been an owner-operator for the past 12 years and lives in his 99th century class full-time.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think the money's going to turn around in the new year, but these days, last few years, you've almost had to live in the truck to make decent money, and that's not right. So I think 2021 is going to be a better year for truck drivers.
What do I think of the new Western Star trucks? You know, of the drop nose trucks, like the curb sniffer trucks, I think Western Star is one of the best looking ones there is. I like the drop nose Western Star trucks. Yeah, Ted Lane says the old Western Stars. I drove one of those out west. It was a great truck, an old Western Star. Diamond Rio, really good truck.
So Cal Sandman finally got his brand new hood painted and mounted. Looks great.
Huh, I bet it does.
Would you like to see the pictures? Sure, send them along.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, for sure. How about Sterling trucks? They were ugly, but they sure run down the road. There's a guy here in town that still has one of those trucks, and it's still working. And it's a dump truck, and it works nonstop. So, and he likes it. So, can't argue with that if it's making you money.
How will an autonomous truck be able to handle a front tire blowout? I had one last week and had a death grip on the steering wheel in order to control the truck.
First, Thunderstorm 87, let me say good job, because that's not everybody that can steer themselves out of trouble in a blowout. But that's, they're discovering all sorts of problems that autonomous trucks are going to have that they don't know how to handle. And there's a good point right there. Or how's it going to handle ice or anything like that? So I think what you'll see is the autonomous trucks, if they ever come to being, won't be able to run in bad weather anyway. And it seems like now they're always going to need a babysitter behind the wheel. So I really don't see the advantage of them. I think it'll be 100 years before they get those things perfected.
How about the Ford 9000?
There was a good truck. And the cab overs, I liked those cab over Fords. They had a really smooth big air ride package in them. When you went to climb up in them, you felt like the thing was going to fall over on you. But
why?
Well, the airbags on the whole cab would lean as you pulled yourself up into the truck, and it was scary. They'd lean so much, but it was those great big airbags they had.
That big white one with the blue on it at the Clifford Truck Show was a Ford, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were. I don't know why Ford quit making those. Those were a good truck. I even liked the look of them. I knew a few guys that had them.
Where are we here? Just had a good comment that I missed. Michael, did you get that one? Yeah, there it is. The other day, a dispatcher accused one of the drivers for trying to start a riot just because the driver brought up the concern about going out in a heavy snowstorm. I had an email from someone this week, almost an identical situation.
That just burns me, because it's the driver's call on whether he feels like it's safe to go out. It's his license. It's him that's going to catch crap if he rolls the thing. Dispatchers have no place in that argument. They just don't. And any company that has a dispatcher that tries to force a driver out in bad road, the carrier should let go of the dispatcher. That is the driver's call.
Hamish coming in with a £10. Thank you very much for that, my friend. I saw two Mac Model Rs trucks still in use when I went to New York City in 2017. One of them was a beautiful light blue side cab model, and the other side had an Uncle Sam paint job.
Yeah, Hamish, you see a lot of those Macs in that northeast corridor. They were built, in that area, and you still see them a lot in New York City, for instance. They're a tough truck, and guys like them, for that reason. And they turn pretty well. They're good in tight spots. So, and you can get parts, because the whole thing was made at the time. The whole thing was made not very far, like somewhere. Where did they make those things? I want to say Pennsylvania. I'm not sure where the Mac factory was, but somebody here will know. But yeah, they were a popular truck, especially in the Northeast. Yeah, sensors don't last one winter. Yeah, that's right, John. All sorts of issues with the sensors. God, I don't know how they're ever going to make autonomous trucks work. There's too many issues with them. Yeah, Grilled Moral says he's had many steering axle blowouts. Not a big deal, but it's a pain in the butt because you can't drive it to the tire shop. Yeah, you're kind of sitting on the side of the road waiting for them to come to you with one of those.
Kevin Stewart, did weather often stop you from driving?
I wouldn't say often, but certainly sometimes. Sometimes you're just better to pull the plug and wait it out, especially in high traffic areas, because even though you can handle the snow and the road conditions, the four-wheelers can't. So have you really made any money when you've got four-wheelers ricocheting off the truck? Sometimes you're better just to pull the plug and get off until it's safer, because half the time it's not you that causes the accident, or most of the time it's the four-wheelers around you. So yeah, I've sat it out a few times. Freezing rain, I always sat it out through freezing rain. No point in driving in that at all. Well, apparently the large chimpanzee is back.
It's that time again.
It's that time again.
Round 6.
All right, chat, you know the rules by now. Minute to win it. One number in the chat
Just hold on.
without going over.
Give them lots of time.
1 minute to put your answer in the chat, and we'll be getting that minute now.
Justin says he loved the International 9670 cab over. I was a fan of the International cab overs. I learned to drive in an old Transtar, and it was a good old truck, and there were lots of them around back then. When was that? That was in the early 70s, and man, you saw more of them on the roads than just about anything else. They were a well-made truck, and they weren't overly expensive as compared to like a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, but still a good solid work truck.
Get your numbers in.
Number is between 1 and 500 for those who don't already know. Only your first guess will be taken into account. 20 seconds left on the clock. Good luck to everyone.
Controlled Chaos says he keeps losing connection, but that would be his internet.
All right, 5 seconds left on the clock here. And the round is done if you want to give us a marker for that.
Yep.
All right.
Hamish K, you're jacking Christina's number. That's funny.
So our number for this round is going to be 131 is our number for this round. Give us a few minutes here while we figure out our winner.
You guessed too high, Josh. 589. 689.
He's going nuts now. 689.
Benjamin says Tarzan sounds like he's got the COVID.
I'm going to be glad when this stream is over because I'm getting a little tired of Tarzan.
Stop
I used to like that
complaining.
noise, but now
Stop complaining.
my nerves are shot.
Stop complaining.
Did I ever drive a Freightliner Argosy? No, I didn't. I bet you you still see those things around.
You didn't?
No. No, I drove those ones for Trimac, but they weren't an Argosy.
No, I know.
Yeah. The Argosy had the steps that came out from the side. I thought that was kind of cool. No, I'd like to have driven one of those.
Who wins the Cessna from the Georgian Bay Airways?
They're giving away a Cessna? They got a couple of big old Beaver seaplanes down there. Those are the ones I like.
Not for me.
No, Kathy's not an airplane fan so much.
No, not those little puddle jumpers. Not for me. Too scary.
When I was quite young, we used to go back and forth from the island on one of those old Beaver float planes. They were cool.
Good morning from Ireland.
Did you hear about that guy that went from Scotland to Ireland on the Sea-Doo or the jet ski? Couldn't swim a stroke. Drove through rough seas for 4 hours. Got to the other side. He just wanted to see his girlfriend. got there, found his girlfriend after walking 15 miles into Ireland, and then they threw him in the can for a week for breaking the COVID rules.
That's the third time you've told me that story.
I'm not telling you, I'm telling them. I think that's
They've heard it before too.
That's true love, boy. The guy couldn't even swim. 12 miles through rough water, 4-hour trip on a jet ski. Couldn't even swim.
Most guys who sail like around the world can't swim either. You know that, yeah?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, most of those.
How did you find that out?
Sailor. I don't know, Natural Geographic or something like that.
Giant Squid 222. Dave, what is your favorite peat hood ornament? The duck, right? The flying duck.
The swan.
That was the duck.
It's not a duck.
It looks like a duck.
All right, back to our giveaway here. So we have our winner for this round. Our winner for our what I believe was round 6 was Mole646. Mole646. Congratulations.
How you spell that?
MOLE 646. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And
$100 coming your way.
At 1:15. Mole, I'll put the email that you can contact in the chat now. So give us a hey at that email, and we'll get back to you with your prize.
M.O. Preach says, now that's true love. For sure it's true love. Man. A hell of a story. And they throw him in jail for it. Crazy. What a world we live in. Automatics are okay for the city, but I prefer manual for the mountains. Trucker Harold. Yeah. Yeah, me too. De Havilland Beaver is the safest plane. That and the C-10. Who's that knows all about airplanes? Keith Bender. Anyway, I love those old planes. Just because we used to ride in them. You know, you've been married for quite a while when she tells everyone how many times she's heard your stories.
You want to hear more?
How
do you know if they've been driving a truck for too long?
Oh, God.
Well, one of the things that he does when we go out is when he takes a right corner, he thinks he's got a 53-foot trailer on. And we go across the double line to make sure that the back end of the vehicle gets around the corner.
She still thinks I swing a little wide with the Tahoe.
You swing way too wide. Way too wide.
There might be some truth to that. Old habits die hard.
Drives me nuts.
We got a fat donation coming in here from Jacob Miller with the 120 beans.
Wow.
Have a very Merry Christmas, he says, Dave and Kat.
Thank
I hope
you,
you have a
Jacob.
fun and safe day, drivers. Thank you very much, Jacob Miller.
Jacob, thank you. Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family have a great Christmas and a happy New Year. Thank you for watching us and for following us. I appreciate it. Lee Harvey said that guy had to go back to Ireland to pick up his flip phone. I think
he dropped it in the ocean.
I think it was the girl. The news report said it was the girl. Could have been the flip phone. Could have been the flip phone.
He should have tossed it over his back for good luck and got rid of it.
Wow.
Over his shoulder. Isn't that what they do with salt for good luck?
Salt, yeah. They used to toss it over their shoulder for good luck. One ugly guy signing off. Take care and thank you for everything you do. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, One Ugly Guy, and thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it.
John and Rothel, driving anything other than a Pete 379 is like driving a moped. But it's okay if no one sees you.
Wow. Wow. Who said that?
I think he's just being funny.
John, yeah.
Try to hit the clutch or your stick shift in your car. That's how people know I'm a truck driver. And also what he does is he takes the remote for the car and tries to open the garage door. Stands and tries to click it.
These damn remotes. My friend Richard has the only Peterbilt I've ever seen with a remote that will unlock the truck and start the truck. And apparently that was an option. And he ordered his truck in 1999. Still has the truck, and apparently that was an option that you could order. He's the only guy I've ever seen that had a remote for his truck.
Scott S. says, I like to swing wide too, Dave. It's okay. I don't care what the ladies say.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
I knew you guys would understand. You're truck drivers.
So when the nursing home calls, I'm telling them the truth.
Hamish coming in with another 5. Thank you so much for that, my friend. We have an 034 with a 5-speed manual. Snap my wrist back. Snap my wrist when the stick came flying back. Yeah, ouch.
Yeah, those old shifters could be pretty rough on you if you didn't time it just beautifully. I remember an old 5 and a 4 that I used to drive that damn near snapped my wrist a couple of times. You had to be pretty careful with it.
James Crosby said, better to be cautious, Dave.
Yeah,
Taking those right-hand corners.
I agree. Better to swing wide and miss the telephone
I could
pole.
look down on the right side of the car, and you could put another car right beside our car. See, Josh Peterbilt 389, he's on my side. I'm Team Catherine all the way. He's on my side.
All right,
see?
Josh, we'll remember that. We'll remember that. That's fine.
Left you out in the cold.
Yeah. Story of my life. Story of my life. Have I ever been in the Iowa 80 truck stop, Trucker Herald? So many times.
Too many times.
So many times I've lost track. I've lost count. But yes, just many. I used to go back and forth through there every week. So yeah.
Lee Harvey, I double clutch my Mustang just because I can.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
You know you are a truck driver when?
I was just thinking about being in the Iowa 80. The Lettuce King and I were sitting there having dinner when I used one of those phones that was at the table to call home, and that's when I found out my mom had passed away. So I always remember the Iowa 80 for that.
Round 7.
Man, I'm trying to think of the name of that famous race. Secretariat. Secretariat makes me think of Secretariat.
That horse is dead.
I know he's dead, but he was a Triple Crown winner.
Yep.
Yes.
So this will be our last round for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This will be our last raffle. For those who don't know already, it is a number that we're drawing between 1 and 500. Simply put your guess in the chat. Closest to, without going over, is our winner, and only your first guess will be taken into account. So without further ado, we will give you a minute.
Get your trigger finger ready.
Now, go ahead and put your guess in the chat.
Go.
SoCal Sandman, I go by the Oak Grove 70 every other day. Well, when you see a kind of a reddish, well, almost your color there, flat top Pete, about 312-inch wheelbase, pulling a stainless spread out of Canada. That's a buddy of mine, and he's in there all the time. His name's Richard. Wander up and tell him you know me and say hi. He's a really good guy. Gorgeous, gorgeous truck. 600 cat in there. He's got over 3 million miles on that truck, but it looks brand new. But check him out. Check him out. If you see the truck in there, wheel in there and introduce yourself.
Kayla put a guess in.
Oh, did you? Okay.
15 seconds left on the clock.
That's funny.
We have some participants here trying to get in on this as well. That maybe shouldn't be. I'm sure how morally acceptable this is now. So we'll do a countdown from 10, 10, 9, 8, 7,
You count too
6,
fast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the round is over.
Go ahead and put that in. Alright. So our chat, I'm losing it here. We've been streaming too long. So our number for this evening chat is going to be 224. 224 is our final number for this evening.
224 is our final number for this evening. Bear with us here while we pick our winner.
Benjamin says, "Stop kissing butt, Josh." Wow.
He knows he's on the right side.
Christina Watt, when you're rattling off really good truck stops, I saw you put the Iowa 80 in Joplin. I also really liked Little America out in exit 67 on I-80 in Wyoming. That was one of my very favorites as well, if you get a chance to go in there. Great showers, great food, a ton of parking. That was one of my favorites. Can you pass me my cheater notes? Or are you done with them?
Yes, I just have to record the winner for number 7. And
Okay.
they're all yours.
Alrighty.
You have won a 1977 Chrysler Imperial 440.
Wow. Those were amazing cars. The old Chrysler Imperials, they just floated. I had a friend whose mom had one of those. They were amazing cars, just huge. You could sit in the back seat and stick your feet straight out and not touch the front seat. That's how big they were.
Do you like Grand Island Truck Stop?
Yes. Yeah. It's the Bossaman. Well, it's a pilot now, but I used to stop back when I ran through there. There was the original truck stop, the original Bossamans, and they redid it a number of years ago. But I preferred the old original Bossamans that was there in Grand Island, and that was a favorite of all the Canadian guys that ran through there. We'd always stop there every time. We wouldn't drive by without stopping in because the food was so good and everything like that. So yes, but Chuck Bossaman, long gone now, great operator, but and man, he was great for customer service. He was there every day. He was talking to us all the time. Really good guy.
Thunderstorm 87 Night Rider. Do you remember Garth and his cab over Goliath?
No, not ringing a bell.
All right, chat. We have our final lucky winner for this evening. A congratulations goes out to Knit1Cat2.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations to Knit1Cat2. I'll put the email in the chat now. Go ahead and give us a hey at that email, and we will send you out your prize.
100 smackaroos.
I'd like to remind... sorry.
One final topic to cover for this evening, our trucker stories.
Yes.
If you have a spiel written up for that, Dave, you can tell us a little bit
Do
about our
your
stories
spiel.
and we can show them off.
I do. I was just about to get into that. Don't forget, we've put together... Oh, what kind of a book is it called? I don't know what kind of a book it's called, but an audiobook.
There we go.
We
There's
put
the
together an
keyword I'm looking
audiobook of some of my old trucker stories. There's about 5 hours worth on there, and we've got it on sale now. So if you like the old trucker stories that I usually tell at the end of the videos, here's a collection about 5 hours worth. You might want to buy that for someone you love.
Now, Nick, tell them a little bit more about the coupon for it.
So now, up until Boxing Day, we have a code here on screen now, and we'll put this in the description as well. If you want to use this code, you can get 50% off on these trucker stories up until Boxing Day. So if you're thinking about getting this for yourself or maybe a loved one for a Christmas present, now would be the time to do so. 50% off, $37 in total, but with the 50% off, that work out to $14.
Dave's gonna do the math for us.
No,
no,
Dave's not going to do
Get out
that.
your flip phone.
You're saving money, and that's good. So
Yeah.
The calculator on your flip phone.
I don't
use
even
the
know how
code
to
that
work
you see
that.
on screen now. This is the ULR for that, and we'll have all this in the description of the stream as well if you want to check that out after the stream. And be sure to do that.
There are some great stories on there, some that you've probably never heard, and there is some uncut footage on there as well with Dave and the Lettuce King hashing out some trucker stories.
Speaking of the Lettuce King, can I tell my parting Lettuce King story, my Christmas story? Tickle Me Elmo? Isn't
If you want
now a
to.
good time to tell that?
I think we're running out of time.
Okay, so I better get it in. One of my favorite Christmas trucking stories that I think of this time every year. Years ago, the Lettuce King was on his way back from loading produce on the coast, and his daughter had requested a Tickle Me Elmo doll when they were out there. There was a year when they were hugely popular. So his little girl had wanted a Tickle Me Elmo, but you know, they were getting bought up as fast as they could put them on the store shelves, and they were becoming very hard to get. And of course, the Lettuce King had left his shopping until the last minute. So anyway, he's charging home, and he's on the phone, and he's calling ahead looking for stores that might have a Tickle Me Elmo. And by God, if he doesn't get a hold of it, I think it was a Walmart somewhere in Illinois, maybe Morris, Illinois, or someplace that actually had one Tickle Me Elmo left. And he said, hold it for me, I'm on my way. And they said, well, you know, we can't hold anything. It's first come, first serve. So the Lettuce King put both sticks to the wall, and he was rocking and rolling and cruising. He was on 80, popped out of Iowa into Illinois, and the speed limit drops there, as you guys know. And he was still cruising triple digits coming across Illinois trying to get to this Walmart before they sold the Tickle Me Elmo. Sure enough, like 2 days before Christmas, Illinois State Trooper pulls him over, and he was moving. So he carves it over to the side, and the trooper comes up. He says, where is the fire? What in God's green earth do you think you're doing going through Illinois running that fast? And the Lettuce King says, there's one Tickle Me Elmo left. It's in such and such in Illinois. I just got to get that. I promised my little girl I'd get her a Tickle Me Elmo. It's the last chance. I can't find anyone anywhere else. Please, just, do whatever you have to do. I got to get this doll, though. And the trooper takes mercy on him and lets him go. And he got the Tickle Me Elmo, got it home, and he was the hero with his little girl that year. So I thought that's a nice Christmas story. Should we wrap it up?
Lee Harvey, does Dave's story start out with once upon a time, or you ain't gonna believe this?
I don't ever use either one of those, but
Yeah,
I could. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think the second one you've used.
There was an old trucker joke about you ain't gonna believe this shit, is what they used to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Nick's shaking his head no.
Just hold tight there, big strapper.
Still got at least another 15 minutes there, Chief.
Do we really?
Yeah.
I thought the stream went from 6 till 8. Okay.
We started late.
Okay. SoCal Sandman says, what, no Tarzan? Don't do it again. Well, there you are. Christina Watt. Oh, great story, Dave. Yeah, it was a good story. The Lettuce King is a good-hearted guy. He wanted to take care of his little girl. He did a good job and didn't even get a ticket for it, which was really impressive.
Yeah, that was a one in a million.
Yeah, going that fast in Illinois, but there were a couple of good troopers that used to work that stretch of I-80, and he's run into one of those guys.
Nick, the URL that you put on there for the trucker stories, people are looking to grab the URL, but it's gone. Could you put it in the chat? Could you?
Again?
Yeah.
I've already done it a few times here.
I don't think they can find it.
It's right there.
Okay.
I'll repost it again. But
I'll also put the link for the trucker stories. I'll put it in the description for the video. When the video's over, I will post it in there as well, so you can grab it there if you're looking for it.
I was just thinking about running across I-80. There was an Illinois State Trooper with red hair that used to pull us over every once in a while, and he was a really good guy. I wish I knew his name, but he was excellent. Always enjoyed chatting with him. He would even pose in front of the truck for pictures and stuff with us. Good guy.
Kelly Patterson wants to buy the stories, copy for him and a copy for his mom. She'd love that. She would love that.
Well, Kelly, I am flattered. Thank you.
When Dave and the Lettuce King, I was recording those stories, and you'll hear me laughing in the background. I couldn't help myself. And there's some stories that the Lettuce King has told, and I've heard the story a half a dozen times, and every time the Lettuce King tells the story, I laugh equally as hard as I did the first time. He's such a funny guy.
We were running out. We were headed west, going out to California one time. The Lettuce King and I in our separate trucks, and I had Kathy with me in my truck. Well, she got into a discussion with the Lettuce King about.
I was letting you drive my truck.
Yes, because you were on the radio talking to the Lettuce King about what color you thought the next truck should be.
He asked me.
He asked you. So, of course, they had two different opinions on which color the next truck should be, and it turned from a conversation into an argument. A fight. So by the time we stopped in Omaha for dinner.
We didn't talk to each other.
They were so mad at each other over trying to pick
speak.
The color of the truck. They wouldn't speak to one another through dinner. So it was kind of a quiet dinner. Then we got back up on the interstate after dinner because we wanted to get to Grand Island for the night. And the fight continued.
Yeah.
It continued all the way to Grand Island.
Yeah.
The next day, both of them were fine. But I'll never forget that CB fight over the color of a truck. And it went for hours.
Yeah, we got into color theory.
It went from like Des Moines to Grand Island with a break in Omaha. It was unbelievable.
We were yelling at each
Yeah,
other.
yelling. I'm just going, oh, man. Just get me out of this truck.
Oh, dear. Yes, we should have the Lettuce King on one of the live chats. He does drop in every now and then, but he doesn't stay long. But he's promised us that he's going to come up and be here live at the live stream with us. So
it'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah.
There's Fred Besmer signing off. Good night and Merry Christmas, Fred.
Yes, good night,
Take
Fred.
care, and hope you guys have a good Christmas at your house and a good, safe New Year.
SoCal Sandman, I choose burgundy.
Check out my buddy with the big long Pete. I'd call his color roughly the same as yours.
Yes,
Eh?
Richard's might be a tad darker, but almost identical color for sure.
Yeah, that beautiful truck. Check it out. What are my thoughts for the agricultural exemption? Nicholas, they're coming up with so many exemptions, Nicholas. It's hard to see the point of it all. Back in the day, they never came up with exemptions. They just made you run team if you had to run over your hours. So this exemption thing, is the assumption with that because, you won't fall asleep if you've got an exempt load? Guys still get tired after the same amount of work hours. I think it's goofy to have all these exemptions left, right, and center. And for Borax and those guys, I understand why the exemption, but why don't they just make them run team instead, rather than giving everybody and his uncle an exemption? Makes no sense to me. Grilled Mortal, CB was a riot back in the day in '69.
What color did I want, and what color did the Lettuce King want?
I don't
the Lettuce King is here. Well, let's ask him.
Is he there?
Hey there, big strapper. When we had that argument about truck color, what color did you want and what color did I want? Remember that big fight we had?
Going across 80 years ago now. And you guys got into the CB war.
We got into the
SoCal, the
color
real
wars.
Lettuce King.
Yeah.
Just signed in here.
Do you remember that? I think he wanted gold, and I wanted a dark. I think it was probably I was fighting for dark blue.
I just plugged my ears.
Yeah.
I had such a headache after that trip.
Not me.
Yeah, here's Chef Matt. Exempted myself from being liable for bullcrap being debunked. Yeah, I know.
Didn't the Lettuce King say he'd been
There,
dodging
color
the DO?
of what? Oh, look he doesn't remember the fight.
Oh, I think that was when we were going to California.
We were.
Remember we were arguing about truck color?
You and I were running west on 80. We were both headed for California. We were one behind the other. And the fight started about picking a truck color in Des Moines. We stopped in Omaha for dinner, and then the fight continued all the way to Grand Island. Do you remember that? That was a lot of years ago.
That was a long time ago.
But I
thought we were headed for Disney World.
That might have been the trip.
I think that was the trip we went to Disney World.
Yeah.
Or not Disney World?
Disneyland.
Disneyland. Yeah, Disneyland.
We got a picture of the Lettuce King standing on the hood of a truck with a cape and a Mad Hatter hat on that trip, which we've still got that picture somewhere. SoCal Salmon says he's a huge Lettuce King fan. Where is he? Anything? Oh, he says anything but blue. He doesn't even remember what color he thought was cool at the time.
Yep, but he did not want the blue, and that's what I was fighting for.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Think back. That was, oh Jesus, whatever color you thought was cool 20 years ago.
Well, he was probably just arguing with me because he could.
No.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't.
Hey, he's got it too. That ride was the teacup ride. That he's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember the trip?
Yep.
Because we went to Disneyland. We had Lindsay with us.
Yeah. My little one was in the teacup with the Lettuce King at Disneyland. Roadrunner, the Coyote After You.
Grilled Mortal.
Grilled Mortal.
That was a good show. I always liked that show.
Okay, a few more, and then I think we should wrap it up.
All righty. Diego Castro, how do carriers find loads? Well, the good carriers have their own customers, their own direct customers, and the bad carriers use load brokers and then pass the loss on to the truck. But the good carriers have their own customers. And they have a sales team that goes out and finds their customers and keeps in touch with them. Yeah, Les King. Yeah, you and Lindsay in the teacup. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. that was a long time ago now. You think Lindsay was just a little girl.
Well, it was before Nick.
Yeah, Nick wasn't even around.
Nope.
Lindsay was just a little girl, and she's over 30 now.
Yeah.
So that's how long ago that was.
A time before me? How dark that must have been.
Yeah. If I had to pick a word, it would be dark. Yeah.
You had a flip phone back then too.
All right,
it's
chat.
the same flip phone.
We try this again here. All right, chat. So it's about that time where we start wrapping things up. I just want to take a few moments here to acknowledge our donators for today. So Ethan, Joe Smith, Tim Bobber One Ugly Man, Dude Dilly, Hamish K, Jeff Steves, Kenneth Schneider, Kelly Patterson, and Jacob Miller. Thank you to all our donators today. Thank you to you, the viewer. We hope you have a happy holidays from us here at Smart Trucking. We want you guys to have a safe one. Stay COVID-free. Stay away from that crap. Dave, if you want to sign us off from there, that'll do us for us.
You go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I've loved it as always. Make sure you guys all have a very safe and happy Christmas and an excellent start to the new year. Take care. Stay safe. Keep the rubber side down, and we will see you on the back haul. Good night, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one.